Hi, YouTube friends. It's been a while. So let me start off by wishing everybody a belated Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays if you don't buy into the Merry Christmas thing. Happy Holidays, and here's to a new year that's coming in a few days. So cheers. I'm having coffee. This is a Fender Fiesta Red. I don't think it's Fiesta Red, but that's what they say it is. So. Mm. And I'd like to share with you today a guitar that I just purchased. It's nothing fancy. In fact, it's well, I'll talk about it in a few. I've always wanted to own a Squire guitar. I have one. That's the Classic 5, but that's a bit special. Fender Squire released that as a special type of guitar, so no surprises there. It's amazing. It's not going away. But I only have one Stratocaster so far that has the Squire sign. But that was just a neck. It was a Fender body, the green one that I put together with my friend. And the only other Strat I have is that thing you see there at the back, that 1976, which is not going anywhere. That's an awesome guitar. We pieced that together as well. It's got a 50 and 67 pickups. Great guitar, but I wanted a Squire, and I researched it on eBay. I went to Facebook Messenger, and I found it at Facebook Messenger from a guy who lives close by, and the guy had sold it really, really, really cheap. So I was skeptical. I said, I can always use it as a project guitar, and I was right. But I won't use it as a project guitar. That's a surprising thing here. I think it sounds good, and I'm going to leave it the way it is. The only thing I'm going to change are the tuners. So just a bit of history here. The apparently Squires were made in Korea for some time. 1980s to 90s. They were made in Korea, and depending on the stock, the stickers that you see in the stock, they were black. The article had told me in all my researches that that's the lowest quality Squire you can find that's made in Korea. They were designated with the serial number CN, meaning they came from the Chung factory. They had two factories in Korea. They had the Chung factory, and they had the Court factory, and the Court factory was designated with a VN, and the number that came after those two letters were the year it was built. So this case being 94, since they didn't start in the 80s till 88, and they went all the way to 98, I believe, or 97 before they transferred it back. I believe in the U.S. close to Mexico is where they do it now. So yeah, so let me so it's made of, it's probably made of plywood from what I hear. It's a laminated body, and again, it was considered the lowest quality, the ones with the designating black logo, and you'll see mine later. Now, if you guys have a Squire, or if you want to purchase a Squire made in Korea that's a little bit on the higher end of the spectrum, you have the silver logos and the gold ones. The silver were made between 1992 and 1993. Although mine is 94, it still had the black logo, so maybe the parts were different, I can also tell you that since mine was a laminated body, these were also full laminate bodies. Prefer plywood again, but maybe they built them a little better. I don't know, And then the ones with the gold headstocks, those were made with alder, and if you got the Protone one, they were made with ash bodies. So that's good to know. And again, these were built in the mid 90s, 90 to 95 circa. And again, just look for the CN5 or the VN5 of these, and these were full width bodies guitar, and as far as the fretboard goes, mine is a maple fretboard, really great fretboard, really great neck, and they have medium frets in them, and they were in 1987 they were 9.5. That's the only time they were 9.5. From 1988 up to the mid 1995s, you know, they were 12-inch radius, which I feel this is 12-inch, you know, just like my tally. Let me have a look at it here. It's a nice red one. Like I say, I got it really cheap. As you can see, the body's a lot thinner than a regular Stratocaster, you know, or some of the others, Squires. The block, I opened this plastic, the block was really thin, and that affects tone a lot. And the pots of these, from what I read, I didn't open them, I don't want to monkey with it, are really significantly smaller than what you would see. I think the usual ones are quarter size. This is a little bit smaller, or significantly smaller. The knobs here, the selector is very sturdy, as you can hear. 5-way selector here, and it's got this one I got was a fat Strat, so it's got the single ones here. I may adjust this a little bit, and the humbuckers here, and the bridge, nothing to write home about. They are not too sharp. I'm really surprised. Usually these things can cut you when they're cheap, but they're not. And the next maple, you can see the back's got the skunk stripe there, and there are the ugly functioning tuners that I will change after playing it for an hour. It may be a little bit out of tune now because I've been playing. After playing with it for about an hour, you can notice a significant issues with intonation. You have to tune up again, usually tuning up, you know. So the action of this is amazing. The previous owner told me he had it really, really low. It's really low because sometimes when I do this, the strings, the next string adjacent to it slips inside because it's really low. So I got to put on a curve here in a few, but I just wanted to enjoy the guitar. I just got this yesterday. We met at his place and he plugged it in and I played a little bit, and now I'm going to show you just a few things here. I may have to yell at times because I'll have to put this camera to the speaker. I'm running, by the way, a Champion 50 XL speaker. I'm gonna play some things, you know. I'm just basically noodling with it. Dry, clean and dry, nothing on it. And then I'm going to add a reverb. I'm going to choose a spring reverb, and then I'm going to maybe play some, you know, chords with the selector over at the delay, digital delay, plus reverb. And then we're going to go dirty. I'm not a rock guitar, I'm not a shredder, I'm not a lead guitar player, I'm just your ordinary hobbyist here, trying to learn. And I will attempt to make a few chords sound like rock or whatever, just for you fine folks there to have a listen at how this guitar. You be the judge, you know. Again, when we're talking made in Korea, this is a 25-year-old guitar. When we're talking made in Korea, they have rated this the lowest quality, and because it had a black stock. You know, if this was a silver or a gold sticker there, it might have been better, but I'm telling you now that I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it, and the only thing I'll change are the tuners here, and we'll fire away. Okay. So I'll put the camera down so you guys can see me switching, you know, the thing. It's all the way up. The volume and tones are all the way up, and my treble bass and effects level are midway at 12 o'clock, and that's it. Gain probably 9 o'clock, not too much gain there, not too much gain. And okay, let me move the mic now. Okie dokie. Wait a minute, where is my, I am missing my pick. Okay. Oh, there it is. Have it ready here. Okay. Let me plug in. It's got a whammy bar. I don't use it too much, but now that I'm getting into the neo music, neo soul, I may start having to use it. Okay, and this is just clean. Going down one. Middle. Between middle and bridge. And the bridge, which should be a little bit louder because it's the humbucker. No one ever complained that the Fender bridge locks stone. It's a little bit too quacky for me. I may have to adjust that, but that's the way it was, it came. So I don't know if the previous guy did. So right now I'm just going to play, just noodling really, okay? And we're going to add some reverb to this. I'm choosing the spring reverb. Regular reverb sounds like this. And your spring. Sorry about that. I never claimed to be, heck, I'm basically just making my way into a basic guitar player, so please excuse the lack of expertise. But I just wanted you guys to have a listen, you know, to this Squire. What do you think? Do you think it's decent enough? I mean, I do. I think it's decent enough. I mean, it's so let's go back to I mean, it's I like it. A little bit of, especially the strumming. I mean, the mere fact I kept playing it since yesterday is testament to what this guitar is. And if these ones that were made with a black stock here were considered the lowest quality, I kind of beg to differ. I've heard worse playing guitars, you know. So I think for the price and for what it's worth, 25 years. Who knows how many hands this went through, and you know, I'm playing it now 25 years later. It's a great guitar. I mean, I wouldn't say it tops my you know, that one there, that one there. It's hard to see in the camera, the 1976, but I'll tell you what, it's decent. It's a decent playing guitar. I like it, and it's a keeper. You know, will I change that? Definitely I'm gonna change the tuners, but other than that, I think I'm gonna keep her stock. I wanna be able to pass this on maybe to my son, and have him someday open it up and have people go, "Wow, I didn't know guitars were made that cheap before." It's nothing to write home about, like I said, but it's a great playing guitar. I like it, and it'll be part of my collection here. The most expensive I have so far is this one here, and even this was not expensive by guitar standards right now. This was about $1,100. There's decent guitars usually run 3,000 and up, but I don't gig, you know. But I fell in love. I just fell in love with this one. And for the New Year's, I decided to talk about different books that I bought. You know, I buy books because they're cheap. I go to a bookstore here called Wonder Books, and they are these people that buy books and read it once and sell it. So I can get them for as low as $2, $3. Books that originally were $25. So I stock up on books. Have I read them all? No. But I can show you some of the ones I got, you know, just so that, you know, if you intend to buy a book or if you come across it, I can pretty much give you a review about the book. Though I've not dove into them, I just flip them and I try certain passages, certain pages, and I can tell you something about those books. So that's to come for year 2020, and of course how I'm doing with my playing. A lot of work, you know, I need to do, but I'm hoping you guys enjoyed today's today's feature of the Squire Fat Strat 1994. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and cheers to the new year. I'll talk to you again. I may talk to you again before the new year, but if I don't, Happy New Year, guys.